Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and today we're going to be diving into the very first spoilers for Dragon Ball Super Fusion World Set 4 Ultra Limit. Now a lot of people are already hyped over this because the cover card seems to be an Ultra Instinct Goku, but now that we've got our first spoilers, and not just any spoilers, SR spoilers, I think I'll be able to take it to the next level of speculation. So I hope you guys are buckled in because we're going for a ride. That being said, let's set the light goal over 100, and I just want to let you know that last night we had our very first Patreon Roundtable testing session. I can't wait to do it even bigger and better next Friday, and I hope you guys join me too. But if you'd like to join on things like that, exclusive Patreon content for your competitive edge, as well as giveaways like the one we're having in September where we're giving away 3 of the Dallas Card Fest leader binders for the grand prize, amongst many other prizes, all you gotta do is go down in the description and click that Patreon link and join up today. Lastly, if you want to see even more content from me, all you gotta do is hop over to Universe X, where I'm doing so much Dragon Ball related content. Over there, we've been talking about Daima as we get new news. We're doing so much content on Sparking Zero that comes out in just 3 weeks, coincidentally on the same day as Daima, but we're gonna be doing so much stuff for that. And we also do content for Legends, Dokkan Battle, soon when the manga comes back, or maybe not soon, who knows what's going on there, but we will be covering it. Just go down in the description, check out Universe X, and maybe even subscribe. So with that being said, let's get into the content. So in the past, we've also gotten Fusion World spoilers from V-Jump, and V-Jump is just the magazine that gives us some of our favorite mangas such as JJK, My Hero Academia. I don't know why I just gave 2 examples of a manga that just ended or about to end, but you know what, you get the point. The point is though, that I wanted to bring up is that if these were uncommons, rare as commons, you could just see them maybe having a case of being legacy support, you know, just things to support old decks. But in this case, they are SRs, and the SRs generally have a huge tie-in, or they just straight up support the main theme. Now, if you guys remember from before, the cards that were revealed for set 2 were, I believe it was Kefla 4 for red, and then there was Zamasu 2 for blue. There was Trunks 3, Future Trunks Kid, Future Trunks 3 for green, and there was Bulma for yellow. Now, if you notice, Kefla did not really give away that we had Toppo as leader. I mean, I think we saw like the set art, so that kind of gave it away. But it wasn't like necessarily inherently tied. Zamasu was a lot closer to Fuse Zamasu for the leader. Future Trunks did not spoil to us that it was going to be Cell, and then Bulma, you really had no way of knowing that it was going to be straight up Vegeta. However, now that we know that they're going to kind of give us some tangential spoilers, we can assess this at a cool angle to speculate from. So I'm going to do my best. Now, the first one we have up is Trunks GT. And we're going to go over the effect, and I'm going to go over kind of my speculation of where I think this is going. So you got Trunks GT SR. He's a Sand, permanent, opponent's turn. When you have an energy marker, your battle cards other than Trunks GT cannot leave the battle area by your opponent's skills. On play, add up to 1 of your life to your hand. This card is so good. You're going to have to slow your roll down a little bit in terms of curve, because currently the fastest curve to getting SS4 secret rare out is you know, turn 1 you play out your cantrip, or maybe you even just draw a card or use Kakarot to get your energy marker. Then you go into SS3 to get your energy marker back, and then you tap 3 in the energy marker for your SS4, and then that's the quickest curve, SS4 on turn 3. However, if you stave it off 1 turn, you can put Trunks GT down, and they have to use removal on Trunks GT before they can use removal on SS4. So when you play Trunks GT and gain a life, you know, get close to awakening, if they do not assess Trunks GT right then and there, they have to go double time to actually get rid of Goku, which is going to be a huge change to Black, and is going to make Black a lot more sturdy in the future. Yes, this Trunks can be met by 3-drop Vegito. Yes, this Trunks can be ruined by a couple things in red. However, you do have to remove him the exact turn he comes down, because if he is on the field when SS4 Secret Rare comes on the field, you're not going to have a good time. Now, another Self-Awakener is going to be nice. The deck is going to have no shortage of that. But the other thing I would like to talk about is that Trunks GT, he's a Super Saiyan Trunks. He mostly got most of his action done in the Black Star Dragon Ball saga, as well as the Baby saga. And yes, he put in a little work for Shenron, but I just don't see us skipping over Baby as well as Super Saiyan 4, or sorry, Baby as well as Super 17, and then getting straight to Shinron. I think they're going to progress through GT because Shinron is like the big bad. And when it comes to progressing through GT, Goku turning Super Saiyan 4 is the climax of the Baby Saga. So the fact that we already have Super Saiyan 4 cards may just show us that they are going to close out the saga with potentially Baby. So yes, my money, now that I see this Trunks SR is here, my money is split between two ways because we already have Daima starter decks, which we'll get to a little later in this video with the official spoilers of the leaders. But unless black is just a Daima color, which at this point, because the leaders are both red and blue, I'm not sure if it's going to be that. I'd say like I'm putting my money 60, 70%, 80% on it being GT, most likely Baby. But there's always that chance that they might put a new Daima leader in here and then shake us up. But with this SR, yeah, if this SR is a hint towards the leader like other things, I would say that we would be probably most likely to get Baby. That's what I'm seeing for here. Now, the next one that we have on our list is going to be Goten SR, and man, there's so much to talk about. I am personally invested in blue because I have for a while said that if they continue the Buu saga, then I am guessing that we are going to see either, I would hope to goodness, an Ultimate Gohan leader, or more likely because of fan popularity, a Super Saiyan Vegito leader. Either one of those could be here. But when we get this Goten SR, right, a lot of people, like some of my locals, were saying, hey, they release a Goten every support. Every set gets Gotenks support. Sorry, Gotenks support. So this is no different. But I have a counter argument. Most Goten support has something to do with 4-drop Goten in the set. You have the 3-drop from set 2 that Vegeta can play that can bounce it. You have Mighty Mask, who can act as one or both halves of Goten's effect. This has nothing to do with that Goten or Gotenks from the starter deck. This just says Sand permanent. If your drop has 10 or cards or more, this card gains plus 5k power. On play, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop area, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, the cost of 3 or lower, and return it to the bottom of the deck. So here is what I'm going to put out here. This is the start of a new archetype. This is just when your drop has 10 cards or more, yeah, this card gets plus 5k power. So this is going to be either some draw discard outlet, or this is going to be a self-mill strategy. And that tells me a couple of things, because it already has self-mill in the effect. When it comes to self-mill, in Dragon Ball so far, the decks that have been self-milling are decks where the character is on a perceived time limit. In the past, this has been Ultra Instinct Goku in red, and then even further back in Masters, there was a Vegito in red who would self-mill himself because the fusion didn't have infinite time. So, as a Gohan fan, this doesn't mean the best signs for me, because this would point towards maybe a blue Vegito leader, and that makes me very sad. But I can still have Copium and think, hey, maybe because it's Gotenks, it's Gohan. But the point is, this shows me that we're still in the Buu saga, and this shows me that blue might edge away from the 7 cards in hand and maybe do something more akin to 10 cards and drop, which would be an interesting way to go about it. Get your pans ready, because that's going to be the easiest way to filter out your deck and fill up your grave. Moving past that, we have the one that's been on the official Twitter and not the V-Jump that's been translated. This is a Goku, and this is also very interesting. So here we have Son Goku, and Son Goku says he's a 3-cost, 0 combo power, 25k power, and this is him using the Kaioken in the Sand Saga. You can tell by how bulky he was, and he really didn't go that hard with this. Like I'm willing to bet, like, yes, this could be the Frieza Saga, but I am fairly certain this is the Sand Saga, mainly because Green doesn't really have any Frieza Saga cards. All the green cards have been from either the Android Cell Saga or they've been from the Sand Saga. And this says, when attacking, if attacking a battle card with a cost of 4 or more, this card gains plus 25k power for the battle, then place 1 card from your energy into its owner's drop. End of turn, if this energy is placed into its owner's drop by this card's skill during this turn, draw 1 card and then add this card to your energy and rest mode. So this is very interesting. to use this, first off, I think this is even more of a Sand Saga thing because Bandai does love its flavor across its card games, and this screams Sand Saga, because in Sand Saga, Vegeta was stronger than Goku. Goku was swinging up. He had to use the Kaioken, which tripled, in some cases quadrupled his power in order to stand a chance against Vegeta's might. And with this straight up says, with the cost, if you're attacking a battle card at the cost of 4 or more, you double the power. This is literally saying if you're swinging out of your league, double the power. But then, because of the Kaioken with a drawback, you place 1 card from your energy into its owner's drop. Then, end of turn, if your energy is placed into its owner's drop by this card's skill, during this turn, draw 1 card, and then add this card to your energy and rest mode. So the very interesting thing is, the turn you play this, unless you ramp around him, your energy isn't changing. A lot of green cards at the 3 stage are going to be focusing on ramp. Look at Destructive Strength. Look at Gohan SCR. Look at Android 4. Look at Days of Training. All these cards, and I'm missing one, 4 Vegeta, you know, there's all these cards seem to be building up. But this seems to be probably the most powerful swing, at least on a battle card, that we have ever seen on a green card this low in cost. So what I've been afraid of is, I'm like, when green starts getting good 2 costs, good 3 costs, we're gonna start seeing an issue where, are you gonna just ramp? And then are you just gonna play good cards and then just build up and then have the best end game in the game? So I'm interested to see what this leader is. I'm interested to see what we are looking at, because I want to know how this is gonna play out. I think the archetype is gonna need some mad restrictions not to make a card. If they make more cards that are doing this much work in the early game, the deck is going to need mad restrictions not to be completely busted out of the frame when it comes to actually just seeing what these cards are going to do from early to mid game before we get to green's traditional late game. I do like how this card doesn't ramp, because that'd be busted, but I also like how it's going to do its job, go into its energy, or go into your energy, and you're going to draw 1 card. So it replaces itself. I am very interested to see where this goes. Now, as for leaders, I'm hoping it wouldn't be a Sand Saga Goku. Please, we don't need another double Goku set, please. However, I do think that it is going to be Sand Saga, and when it comes to this, at first, I already thought it was going to be Sand Saga. Like, I've said that in my Discord, I've said that on another video. I would have thought Raditz, but now that I'm seeing this Goku, I'm guessing we are in the Sand Saga and proper, the Nappa Vegeta fight. And I would love a Nappa leader, but I do think that we are looking at somebody closer to the main cast. So if they double Goku it up, which I pray they don't, we've got Sand Saga Goku. But if we got Scouter Vegeta, that would be awesome. But if I've actually saw somebody saying this would be a cool idea, we could also perhaps see a Gohan who flips over into Great Ape Gohan. That would be pretty cool too. All these are pretty good options. I don't think Piccolo would be there. I think it would not be that bad if we had like a Z Fighters extra card, like you saw the whole gang, Piccolo, Krillin, Gohan, Goku, like it'd be so cool. But yeah, it's definitely Sand Saga, so, and they have lots of leaders to choose from that would be fine. The most important thing is the archetype, not the leader, but I think it could be any really one of those. So real quick, let's have a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to hop into the Daima leaders and talk about them for a little bit. Alright y'all, taking a quick moment to shout out the sponsors for this video. First up is Mystic TCG, a store based in Missouri that sells all sorts of TCG product, even more than what you see featured here on this page. They also buy singles, collections, and prize cards, so make sure you actually catch them out in their store in Missouri at an event, or even on their Facebook, just to be able to see the events here, but also ask them what they're up to and what they're looking for in terms of vending. You can also use the code UNIXTCG to get discounts off your pre-orders as well as orders, so make sure you get your TCG product while it's hot. Then you have Eclipse Cards and Hobby based out of Texas, and if that sounds familiar, they did sponsor me with a box of Fusion World Set 1. But as you can see on this page, there is a plethora of TCG products that they are actually having for sale at their establishment. You can also even buy things that aren't just TCG products. As you can see on the screen right here, they hold their own locals, they hold their own events, and they are going out to more and more events. You can actually check their Facebook to see their schedule, as well as call and ask about their vending list. And at the checkout for their website, you can use the code UNI10X to actually get percentages off your pre-orders or your orders. So go check it out as well. And we're always up to all sorts of things in Universe X, so you can go down the description and check the link tree to find out about my other channels, my Twitch, or any other avenues that I'm creating content on. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can always go down to any description on any video and find my Amazon affiliate links. These products here will differ from video to video to cater to the audience in question, but it's just very easy to see something that you may like or be interested in, open it up and choose the style and or color that'll work for you. All proceeds will give kickbacks to the channel, so there'll be some direct support, and I'll always appreciate the help from you guys. So with that being said, let's get back to the video. Yeah, my sponsors are pretty cool. And don't forget that with set 4 on the horizon, Mystic TCG will be able to get you your cases with a discount using UniX TCG at checkout. And now we can get back to the content. So funny thing, I was in the middle of recording this and I was right about to finish the video when I got a notification on my phone and they released another spoiler at 5 a.m. I hope this gives you guys some insight to how late I'm up doing work on 2 different channels and trying to settle some things. But with that being said, we have this Toppo, and this Toppo actually is just straight up is a 4-cost 30k with 5k combo power that says on play you take 1 damage and then you add the top card of your deck to your life. Now this is really cool because in any other deck this is a pay 4 for a 30k that draws 1, but as you guys know with Jiren this is a pay 4 for a 30k body that draws you 2. We finally have a trigger for Toppo on, or for Jiren on your turn, and with that being said, I think Jiren stocks are rising. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the order of which things I had it before, which means we're gonna start talking about the Daima decks. But this is a really cool card at the uncommon slot, and I'm just happy that we have it. This is going to be awesome because once you establish your Jiren, you can now just play an offensive thing and draw 2 on your turn, or you can just play this in matches where you know you're not going to be able to stick Jiren and at least have somebody that's kind of an offensive threat. Either way, yes, this gets removed the same ways that Jiren does, but at least you can get your draws on your turn. Go up 2 cards on your turn instead of hoping they don't have the sickle or the 5-drop Vegeta. This is going to do wonders for Jiren in my opinion, and I can't wait to see what other support they get if this is how we're starting it out. So yeah, now I'm gonna go over to the Daima minis and we're gonna continue the video. So we're not even done yet with the spoilers. We actually just got official little just teasers for the Daima decks, and I'm sure more will come over time. So first we have Starter Deck Son Goku Mini. That's not Child, that is Mini. Most of you guys have been following the Daima lore and spoilers so far understand they are not being de-aged, they're just being smallified. Not quite cheapified, because it's not like, I guess it could be cheapified, but the point is, when attacking, draw 1 card, and then he just has an Awaken at 4 life, draw 1 card. Now, it's the when attacking, draw 1 card, activate main, once per turn, choose up to 1 of your battle cards against plus 5k power for the turn, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards against minus 5k power for the turn. You guys, this is a big swing of damage, of power. If you were attacking into a body with like a 20k, let's say you have a 20k swinger and they have a 20k thing you want to get rid of, you could literally put yours up to 25 and minus theirs to 15 and then attack it. And then that's a 10k swing. Anytime there's a 10k difference between something, they have to drop an extra card, 2 cards, or a super combo to get out of it. So you have to really make sure they want it. Even more so in red though, this could cause a huge differential. For instance, let's say they had a 30k, right? And you play out your 3-drop Gohan. Your 3-drop Gohan attack, or you activate main, so you give 3-drop Gohan another 5k. So he's now going to go from 25 to 30 because you're awakened, and you minus that 30k by 5k, making it 25. Then you attack with Gohan, minusing it by 15k. You are now swinging a 30k into a 10k, and there is like, they have to really want to keep that card for them to keep it. That is really cool. I actually think this is Starter Coup except better, and this is a really cool way to bring that leader into the future without dooming it. Now this other one, it's not like that. We have Starter Vegeta Mini, and while Starter Vegeta or Starter Goku Mini seem like a straight up revamp for the better of Starter Coup, this is just not the same leader that Vegeta is and from the starter deck. So when attacking, draw 1 card and awakens at 4 life 2. But when he flips over, you have attacking, draw 1 card, activate main once per turn, 1. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. Now, while it's cool that the leader has removal like that, we're going to need to start seeing cards that -3, -4, -5. Like, I'm going to need a guy that can be played for 2 and minus something by 3, so that I can then put a 4-drop to the bottom of my opponent's deck for 1, for 3 energy total. And then, yeah, that's what this guy's gonna need. So whether it's going to be in the set or whether or not you're going to just see cards do this left and right, this could be a good effect. Removal attached to a leader is very much so more powerful than people realize. The question is how we're gonna get to it. Think about this: if you have 3-drop Vegito on the board and he's got his static effect, you could literally play Mai, reduce a 3-drop, well, the 3-drop was a 3-drop, Vegito reduce it to a 2-drop, and then your Mai is going to reduce it to a 1-drop, which this guy can then bottom deck. So we'll see, especially if there's a boss that's going to be able to just statically lower things as well. We have to see where this is going to go, but just looking at these in a vacuum, Goku is head and shoulders better, and that's canon. That being said, I do want to see what's in these decks, because outside the deck list, which I posted on Twitter as well as my YouTube page, there isn't really much information. We can just see the leaders. So with that being said, and I think we might have the effects for the double strike, we're gonna check that. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think of these spoilers. Let me know if you guys are excited for set 4. Let me know how you guys are feeling about these Goku and Vegeta mini decks. I'm gonna go and keep making more content. I'm trying to be one of the best people you guys can watch for Dragon Ball Super Fusion World, the card game. And if you want to see more content of the Dragon Ball variety, hop over to Universe X, where we are going to be going over some new Sparking Zero footage. So with that being said,